BLSP stock update today. So for the session of the 20th of May 2022, the stock was pretty much unchanged and 3.9 million shares crossed the tape, which for that volume was also above average, and there was also an event that occurred. It says here trading volume exceeded the 10-day average of 3.573 million shares by 89.76%. So well, what does that mean? Well, volume spiked, and sometimes it may mean that maybe the people who got involved with who got involved in the activity of that session, especially if it was in a certain direction. This time around, it was pretty much in the same direction. Sometimes it may imply that they may go away, since the price didn't spike. It looks like a transaction, mostly in the sell direction. Maybe they may have gone away for now, but all in all, what is certain is that Blue Sphere is actually, through its subsidiaries, still very much in operation. So look at this. This is Check ID, an Israeli company's index. So obviously, as from what it's indicating, it's a website that hosts a list of companies in Israel. So this is what you're looking at right now is Eastern Fair Limited, and yes, it sounds like it's something such associated with Blue Sphere. Yes, let's see. Down here we can see a few details here, and it says here, okay, let's see. Okay, yes, you can see that Blue Sphere Corp, you can see that already. Pele Shlomo, Blue Sphere Corp, the names of the company's official shareholders. Okay, so that's already there, even though it doesn't say whether that's okay, it doesn't say exactly that this is Blue Sphere, but obviously it is. But we'll show you more. And then we can see it was last updated on the 8th of February 2022. It's not long ago. So we can also see disposal of lien. Lien is also a claim to an asset that is used as a collateral. So it disposed of the last disclosure about such a disposal was on the 7th of February this year. So coming back to a list of companies, or list of subsidiaries that Blue Sphere itself disclosed with the SEC. This is going back some years ago. You can see that the first of them all is Eastern Sphere Limited. The jurisdiction is Israel. Okay, so this is just a validation of probably what you know. These are other subsidiaries that Blue Sphere is associated with. Some of them 100% wholly owned. Some of them partially owned. You can see so keep the link to this list, keep these links, so that you can always come back and refer to them. So just in case we were concerned that maybe Blue Sphere isn't really operated, it is still operating, maybe not as much in the US, but it's still very much up in operation. And just as I may have been indicating earlier on, that there may be Blue Sphere is relying on an interpretation of those rules we all know about, the rules about filing their disclosure after a certain time, the rules and all those sort of things. So there must be there's a good chance that they know about a judicial interpretation of those things, of those rules. And judicial interpretation will be what a judge or judges or case, they call them case laws, what the case laws have been concerning those rules. So if a judge has ruled that this is how it is, and all that stuff, and further giving those rules further flesh in a certain direction that may have favored a party in a certain case, those when such interpretations are in place, when such case laws are established, companies can always rely on them, you know, that to do whatever they want to do or continue in a certain direction, just as Blue Sphere is probably doing, because we all know that by now they should have filed their disclosures and all that stuff, but we haven't seen anything in that regard. So and then at the same time as well, there may be other loopholes that they may be taken advantage of. So I think Ray of 808 has been indicating that he's been in contact with individuals, as a matter of fact, in the SEC, but he hasn't really obtained any information from them as regards our complaints. So, but what is absolutely certain is that Blue Sphere is still very much in operation, especially in Israel this week. This is a validation of that. So moving back to what's been going on with the stock, we can see it's pretty much still pretty much in a bearish trend, now below its 200-day moving average, and that has been the case just a few sessions now, since the 18th. For 3 sessions now, it has been below its 200-day moving average, and that's, it really doesn't come as a surprise to us. And volumes are, it just like I indicated earlier, and spiked slightly during the last trading session. So the stock appears to be in a strong bearish trend. Shares are below a declining 200-day moving average, and the MACD is beneath its signal line. It's also lagging the S&P 500. Momentum is strongly bearish. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is falling as investors sell shares and drive the price lower. So the volume for that last trading session, the 20th of May 2022, was lighter than usual, trading 3.915 million shares versus an average of 9.7 million shares per day during the last 12 months. The unbalanced volume indicator shows that longer-term accumulation has given way to near-term selling pressure by traders. So yeah, that is pretty much what's going on. Yes, they are still pretty much in operation from what we can see here, and yeah, so see what you make of all of these things, and thank you very much for watching this video.